Hi everyone, welcome back to another Connecting Your Creativity. I'm Alex, and this week we will be making St. Patrick's Day garden rocks. All right, let's begin. All right, everyone, so to get started, we will need some black paint, a few different types of green acrylic paint. As long as you have one or two shades, we can always mix the shades to bring a lighter or darker color. And then I have a few yellow shades and a white shade. And the white shade is important for mixing. You will also need a paintbrush, a couple of paper towels, at least one rock, and a glass for water. All right, let's get started. So for one of my rocks, I'm going to use the black paint, and I'm just going to create a base layer for kind of like a background for this rock. And it'll also just kind of help smooth the rock surface. So this one's like a little bit rough. And I think that it would be better if I had a smoother surface to work on. So we're going to be using the black paint to get rid of any imperfections and to kind of bring like a cohesive finish on this rock. For the other rocks, I'm going to go ahead and let them stay the way that they are. I think that they have a really nice finish, and I don't feel like they need any sprucing up like this one did. So we're going to be painting directly onto those. But this is just one option. So I have 3 rocks here to show you 3 different ways that you can paint or decorate your St. Patrick's Day garden rocks and kind of give you some ideas. Okay, perfect. That one has a nice layer on it. I'm going to let it dry, and in 10 minutes, I'll meet you back here. All right, bye. Okay, so at this point, our rock has dried, and we can start mixing paint colors and decorating our rocks. So I'm going to go ahead and dispense some of these colors onto my paper towel. If you have a mixing tray, that would be a lot better. Mine are all dirty right now, so I will be using this paper towel. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take a smaller brush. This one looks good. And I'm going to start painting my shamrocks, my clovers. And you might notice that it's really hard to read right now. That's just because it needs a few more layers. And then I'm going to add a few more over here. So here I have a 4, 1, and now I have a 3. All right, so I have a good start on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and start with one of these. And for this one, I want to create one very large shamrock. So this is what we have so far. And on this one, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to mix these colors together, kind of have a different kind of green going on. And for this one, I'm starting with one shamrock over here, and then I'm going to switch colors. We have two different colors, and I'm going to switch colors again. So I have a few different shamrocks, and I have a lot of different colors with this one. And I'm going to go ahead and wipe my paintbrush off, and then I'm going to create some dots around it. So I'm going to take the lightest color of my green, and I'm just going around every shamrock on this one and placing little dots around each one with my lightest green color. And then I'm going to take the next lightest shade, and I'm going to create another row of dots around each one. Perfect, so now we should have some dots and some very faded four-leaf clovers, but we will go ahead and add another layer. So it should look like this. And we're just going to let this one dry off to the side. And if you see any dots that need a little bit more help, another layer, you can go ahead and do that. So it should look like this. And then for this one, we are going to once again go in with another layer and kind of make those sections, these little shamrocks, really stand out. All right, so there's our other rock. And while this one dries, we're going to pay a little bit more attention to this one. So I'm mixing my darkest and my second lightest color, and I'm not mixing it all the way. So on this paintbrush, I have a little bit of light color and a little bit of dark color. And then when I drag it down, there should be spots of light and spots of dark. And it kind of creates a nice gradient effect. Like so. And then I'm going to take a little of the lightest color and I'm going to drag it out along the middle. Like this. And then while that one dries, we can go back to our first rock with all the dots. And then we're going to take some of our yellow. And I'm just adding a little bit of this yellow into some of the shamrocks so that they look a little different. And I'm going to take the same yellow and kind of do a few dots wherever I feel like there should be like a little pop of yellow. All right, so this is what we have so far. We're gonna let it dry and see if it needs another layer. All right, so we're gonna go back to this one and add another layer. All right, and this is how this one looks. And then we're going to add just a little bit more lightness to this 4-leaf clover. Like this. And now we're just going to do last minute touches to any of the ones that you think might need a little bit more. Okay, this one is looking good. I think that one is all set to go. I'm going to add just a little bit more to this one. And when we're painting garden stones, it's important to keep in mind that even if you put on a lot of paint, you're really going to have to work in layers to get that full opaque kind of look. So I think this one's looking good. Okay, I think we're all set. So I'm going to let these dry one last time, and then we'll be back. All right, so at this point, all of our rocks are dry except for this one. I went ahead and lightened up the yellow parts a little bit more. So I'm going to put this one off to the side while it continues drying, and then we can work on these ones. So for this, I'm going to take a gold marker. If you don't have a gold marker, it's totally fine. It's very optional. You can use yellow marker or yellow paint. And I'm just going to add gold coins to this one. Perfect. And so while our gold coins dry, I'm going to go to this one and we're going to outline this one in the gold marker. Okay, so this is the second one. And then for our last one, and then for this one, I just wrote the word Irish on top of our painting. And then I'm going to draw some dots. So we have Irish and a gold single shamrock. And then we have our gold shamrocks with our gold coins. And then we have our single shamrock with some gold dots around it. All right, so these are our finished products. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and I will see you next week for another Connecting with Creativity. Bye.